All right. Our next nominee is Bridge Crossing, NFI North. Can I get the presenter coming on up? Oh, it's well done. Come on up.
Huh? How do we land that one, folks, huh? Oh, that's actually what we do at Bridge Crossing. We have this little move, right? So we're going to go a little off script because I think it's important to have Amy, who's the program director for Bridge Crossing, up here. She's happy. You can tell how happy she is to be here in front of everybody. But I want to just take a few minutes to have this conversation with Amy present. So, Bridge Crossing. Do you know what we do at Bridge Crossing? Maybe we could show a couple of pictures there. We work with little children, really. What's the youngest we've had, Amy, there?
5.
5-year-olds. And you saw some of them in the show last night. Did you remember? What was the song? Just turn off the TV and go plant a garden and spend some time with me. Really a cool song. As young as 5, as old as 13. And what Amy and her team does with these young people is that they work hand in glove with the children and their families to make a real difference in their lives. We've had, over the years, so many children either reunited. In one instance, we had a child reunited with a father that never knew they had a child. I mean, her team, come over here. Her team researched the fact that he was a military gentleman, and they found and connected the two of them, and she ended up going, right? Yeah. She ended up going home with him and having a family life that she was, up until that point, had no family except for Bridge Crossing. So they've done an amazing job of pairing not only with the children, connecting with children, building working alliance, but they connect with families. And sometimes these are very challenging situations. I mean, the children have come because the state has said that the parents neglected or abused the child. And so Amy and her team have had the capacity to work that partnership in a way that has a great outcome. Now, I want to tell you a little story. So one day I went over to visit Amy. I think I had to borrow a projector or something because I forgot to bring it from the office to do a presentation. So I went to her office, and I'm sitting there, and of course I wasn't going to just run in and out with the projector. I had to have a little bit of a conversation, a little bit of a visit. So I'm sitting there, right? Yeah. And we're talking, and we're engrossed in what's going on, and we're talking about what's happening. Probably 15 minutes we're sitting there talking, and she's sitting on the couch talking with me, and I'm sitting in the little chair in her office, and all of a sudden, the blanket next to her starts to move. I'm like, what is this? And this little head, a little 6-year-old boy, lifts his head up from a nap. And what Amy explained to me was that this particular young guy, in order to self-regulate, in order to manage things, would from time to time come in, curl up next to Amy, literally under a blanket, and take a nap.
We had a pillow too.
Oh, there's a pillow, yeah. But he was totally under the blanket. I mean, I was like, it scared me for a second. I was like, what's moving? But, okay, so it's a short story, but what it is it's emblematic of the fact that Amy, with her entire crew, and by the way, a lot of her crew's been with her and working there for really decades, a long time. Amy, with her entire crew, creates a connection for children, really that's like no others for the little guys. And through that, has had incredible clinical outcomes. So if you run the slides, I don't know if we ran through them already, but you can see, in addition to this, they make all kinds of community connections. What's the officer's name? Officer Bill, or who is it?
Officer Phil.
Officer Phil. I was close, right? Officer Phil knows the kids. He comes, they work together. They're involved in the Special Olympics. They do all kinds of different things to be connected to that community. That community loves them. They have a woman that has made quilts for them, for all the children that arrive. I mean, just amazing community connection stories, amazing outcomes for children. And when we talked about who should receive the Spirit of the Community Award from a program, we couldn't help but say, we've got to give it to Bridge Crossing. Let's give it up to Bridge Crossing, everybody. You have some staff here, a few people. Come on up, all two, representing everyone. Come on, don't be shy. Let's get them up here. Can somebody from North take a picture as well? Somebody come up and take a picture, Deb? Thanks.
And this is my new nurse and my new clinician.
New nurse and new clinician. Woo-hoo!